Boom, boom. This is Ken, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. All right, we got a little bit of Bleach Immortal Soul up today. So we've got the, finally, I should say, got the limited time Kazeshini event. Apparently there was some copyright issues. I'm not exactly sure what the copyright was about. I tried to look up on the internet what OG games, if they were involved in any particular copyright. The only copyright, of course, that we found was the League of Legends and Riot Games copyright trial, which is of course the big news right now when it comes to copyright infringement. But I didn't see anything involving OG games, so I'm not exactly sure what. Maybe it was just a notification. No lawsuit was actually filed, and I guess they changed it. So anyway, it was delayed for a little bit. So Kazeshini is up. Okay, so changes. I think they did a little bit of changing with the format here for him. But he's a good character if you're looking for single target damage. That's what his focus is. If you take a look at his skills, you will see that he is... Oh, not that. I'll go ahead and... Why don't we just go ahead and go straight into the character, since I do already have him. I've basically done pulls using the tokens, because I had like 82 tokens. So I was able to do it. Oh, past him right here. So this is Kazeshini. You will, of course, get him. He's 30. So 6 pulls, you get 5 each pull. Should get him. So, you know, if you shouldn't take too much, you know, but you might. It's like I always say, get him, and then if you can worry about dealing with him, leveling him up and starting him up later with Omni shards as always. So basically, if you look at his skill set, deals damage to an enemy. What we liked about him was the fact that he goes straight to the highest attacker. Which means anywhere on the field you could put if you try to put your highest attacker on the front line, it doesn't matter. He's going to get hit anyway. So we're going to look at that, and it reduces that target's damage rate by 10. So right away he's going to hit your highest attacker, and then if the highest attacker survives, he's going to have damage rate reduced by 10% for the next 2 rounds. So either or. If he doesn't die, he's going to be the next 2 rounds. He's not going to be pushing out as much damage as he normally does. Okay, and this ability has a 30% increased crit chance. Okay, so he would be good for a War Soul crit. Okay, that's going to increase the crit to be almost a guaranteed crit chance when he does hit. So you definitely want to do that. And then after the weapons awaken, the damage increase, the reduction rate is increased, and the bonus crit chance value is increased. And this attack deals 30% additional damage if Kazeshini has higher hit point than the target. So awakening him is going to be something that you want to definitely do on this weapon. So you have to wait for a soul box, but the event for him is up. But before we go take a look at that special event for him, let's take a look at Battle Eager, which is his passive skill. Okay, this increases Kazeshini's damage rate. It can be stacked up to 3 times and lasts until the end of the battle. At the beginning of the battle, Kazeshini marks the enemy with the highest attack. Okay, reducing the marked character's damage rate by 10% and increasing Kazeshini's effect reduction by 50% and reducing the damage he's taken by 25% while the marked enemy is on the field. When the marked character dies, Kazeshini gains 400 rage and regenerates 25 hit points. So basically, this guy is going to take your most powerful character and totally destroy him. Probably not going to be your strongest character during this battle. So what this is going to do is this is going to give him some definite PvE capability, but also some PvP capability. You definitely want to use him on character account, and you definitely want to use him on squad boss, because he's going to be a total beast on those 2 formats, because of the fact that there's only 1 target. But what makes him PvE and PvE centric is the fact that he's going to go for the hardest attacker. So in PvP, you don't want your highest attacker killed first or nerfed that much. And as you can see, that's going to happen a bunch. So you definitely want to get him and use him. I would say in pretty much every mode he has a usefulness. Even though his rage skill only hits 1 person, it's the highest attacker. So it has been. Now the strength training is up for him. So 3 stars, 4 stars. If you get him to 5, you can actually get his weapon. Okay, so you can awaken his weapon, which is going to increase his damage exponentially. But you definitely, if you're going to go for him, you definitely want to try to get him to 4 stars, so he can be useful. You definitely want to get that passive skill, Battle Eager, because that's definitely going to make him stronger. So I have not really decided. I mean, I used up. I have not used. Well, I used maybe 600 Soul Jade. No, I used about. No, it was 1,000 Soul Jade. I had 80. I had 82. I had 82 tokens. I had 82 tokens, summon tokens. So I was able to pull, the 8 times, and then the last one I had to use some Soul Jade to make that pull. So I haven't used a bunch of Soul Jade yet, but the Soul Jade rebate is up. So I'm just trying to determine, because I definitely want to utilize him inside of Squad Boss and inside of Town event. Those are 2 events that I'm really focusing on right now, which is why I've been working on Denkai Ichigo. As you can see, I've almost got him to red 1. So I'm just slowly working him up. I've got him at 4 stars. I've got most of his bonds set up. I've got his weapons, so he's definitely ready to go. And he'll be replacing Urquhart B2 in the event, simply because of the fact that I've been using Urquhart V2. The reason I've been using Urquhart V2 is because I'm using Ichigo. And Ichigo's survivability was a little doubtful. That's no longer an issue. I now have Ichigo at green 4, so survival is not an issue. So I can start moving in powerful characters. The first one I'm going to be moving in is Denkai Ichigo. He's a lot more damage. He attacks. I think he actually attacks a. Is it a column? Or is it the front? What is this attack? Deals in a column. So he's a column. So 2 people. But because he's only hitting 2 people, it's a lot more powerful than a rage that hits everybody. It just does more damage, but it only does damage to 2 people. So he would be excellent for Squad Boss and for character turn of it, because you're only going up against 1 character. So he's going to be moving in, so that's going to increase that. Second thing I'm going to be looking at moving in is this version of Ichigo as well, simply because of the fact of the buff that he has. And the reason I'm tempted to use him is because I can get him to 4-star rather quickly. Won't have his weapon, but that's not really that important. What you want is to get the Celebration Blessing. Okay? 3 stacks of Ichigo Rage attack causes all allies to recover rage instead of just the ally back row. Okay? And activates assistance. Okay? Characters in the ally front row increase damage reduction rate and effect your back row ally to the same column. So this is just, see, this is an excellent. This is a free character from the. I want to say this was from the anniversary event. So you definitely, that's a fact. So I'm going to be having 3 Ichigos in there. So I'm not exactly sure who he's going to replace yet. Most likely he'll be replacing Kenpachi in the event. Even though Kenpachi does, I'm going to have to see which one does more damage. He might end up replacing White Ichigo, simply because of the fact that, yeah, White Ichigo does a ton of damage, but he hits, it's not as more powerful as somebody who just hits 1 character. But he offers so much buff. Okay, so my back line is probably going to be Zangetsu, Kenpachi, or White Ichigo 1 or 2. Probably Kenpachi, because Kenpachi does more damage to 2 targets. But I have to look and see on the damage rating who does the most damage. If White Ichigo does more damage, then I'll leave White Ichigo in there. And then I'll replace Kenpachi. And then the third one will be Denkai Ichigo. And then the front line is going to be Ichigo Festival. I think it's Festival Ichigo. And then I'm going to have Full Hollow Ichigo. And then on the corner, we'll probably put regular base Ichigo, so we'll have 3 Ichigos in the screen. Okay, and then once I get Kazeshini, which I'm really considering going all in on Kazeshini, I'll try to get him up to 4-star. Kazeshini will end up replacing, probably end up replacing base Ichigo, this Ichigo right here, simply because of the fact that he will be doing more damage. Kazeshini will be doing more damage, probably. But again, this is all based on, you have it really excellent inside a squad boss. You can actually tell, it gives you the stats at the end, so you can tell who's doing more damage. So it's basically just going to be who does more damage stays, who does less damage goes, okay? Survivability is the main option right now. You need to get the character up. Some of the, you need to get the characters up pretty high to survive in the squad boss, because when he does a 0, it just, it really tanks. So it takes a long time to get them up there. But that's one of the things that I've been lacking, is having a straight team of power hitters, because I've been focused on PvE and PvP, which you want to have your rages doing damage to all targets. But squad boss and the Kazeshini event are different than those. They are not. They're totally different format, and you need to have a different team for format. You definitely don't want to take the team that you're taking into squad boss and Kazeshini. You might not want to take that inside of PvE or PvP, because it might not do as well, because it's going to be really designed on focusing on one character. Now, the good thing about that is, you don't have to focus. You don't have to focus solely on just doing damage. You want to focus on also have some characters that do some buffing, and you also have to focus on some characters for survivability, because like I say, surviving inside of squad boss takes time. You need to really get up to in the green section, green 2, 3, 4, for your front row to survive without any added benefit. Right now my front survives because Immortal throws the shield around them, so I get 2 free hits before damage actually starts to occur. That was needed because Ichigo was dying at green 2. It was about 80-20 he would die. 80% he would survive, 20% he would die. I've got him up to prison 4. He's never died. So I no longer need to have Immortal. So you definitely want to replace, because Iroquois' rage. Iroquois is, first of all, not an attacker. He's a supporter, but because of his shield and his defense, down buff, which is something that is useful, but not as useful as doing more damage. So he's obviously the first one that was going to be replaced. And then after that, it was going to be just as needed. So Kazeshini is going to replace the next lowest in terms of attack, because he's going to be a high attacker. So that's what we have to see. But so that's what I'm working for. So that's why I am interested in this character, specifically because he's going to be a high damage attacker. You want to try to get him up to 4 or 5 stars if at all possible, so that he can be utilized. He will be 2 stars when you get him, as I do now, and then you will need to bring him up after that. So I've got 9,000, just shy of 9,000. Soul Jade. So with pools and the recharge, because not the recharge, the actual Soul Jade rebate event, you're going to get some of it back, of course, as you spend it. Okay, so I'll at least be able to get another couple pools out of it. So that'll probably get me pretty close to getting him to 4 star. Come up short, obviously, but I can always use some Soul Jade or some Omni Shards if I need to. If it's something I want to go, I'm not going to rush on that simply because of the fact that I got to build him up. That takes time. Okay, it takes time to work through the enhancements and stuff, unless you're spending a whole bunch of money, which I am not, as you know, on Soul Jade. It takes a little bit of while to get to where you need to go. So there's no use worrying about it right now. I'll keep the Soul Jade, and when it gets time to the point where he's actually, I've got him up to like, red 1, red 2, or red 3, then I'll start worrying about, putting shards in him, because there might be a soul box event. There is obviously probably in the next Kazeshini event, you will probably see his weapon as an option. So there's some things there. Of course, I don't think there's enough. Yeah, I think there's enough to actually. I think they offer you enough shards to get the weapon, but you have to probably spend a little bit of money to get it 10 times, because I think it's 5 shards each time, and then you have to get it 10 times. I think they do offer it 10 times, but it costs a little bit too much to actually be achieving that with a normal amount of from the tokens that you get from the event. So I probably would come up short on that, but I might be able to get some shards. But I'll probably see him in the next event. They might have a soul box for him as well. So I'm going to hold off on using the Omni shards right now. I'll keep him at 2. I'll probably go ahead and do some pulls on him. If I do decide to do the pulls, I'll do them tomorrow. I'll go ahead and do a video and show me doing the pulls just to see what we get. But I should have enough. I'm thinking I would have enough to get him to 3 stars. Where's he at? Right here. Promote. Yeah, easily get him to. I could do 2 pulls and get him to 3 stars right now. So we'll probably do some pulls tomorrow. I'll go ahead and do a video on that. And we'll get him, we'll get him to 3-star, and we'll pull as many as we can, because once you get a character to 3-star, I think it's 80. Yeah, here's a UR. Yeah, 80 on a UR character to 3 stars, to 4 stars. I mean, so yeah, we'll definitely get him to 3, and we'll get him a nice chunk into the 4-star, and then I'll hold off on using Omni shards, but I'll just start working on leveling him up after I finish Dangai Ichigo. I've still got some work to do on Dangai Ichigo. He's probably not going to survive at Red 1. He might. Seriously doubtful though. Those Ceros just do a ton of damage. So for the meantime, I'll probably just go ahead and I'll try him. What I'll do is I try him. I tried him at Gold 4. He did not survive. He made it, I think, like halfway through. So now he's at Gold 5. I'm not going to try him again because I know he's going to survive. But at Red 1, we'll see how close he is. If I could start getting more damage out of him than Court V2 before he dies, I'll go ahead and keep him in. But for the meantime, yeah, he's not survivable. So we'll have to wait and see on that. But because I do got his weapon, he's going to be extremely powerful and extremely useful inside of that. But yeah, so definitely want to pull on Kazeshini. Like I say, strength training event is up intact with him. So if you can get up, how far you get up based on that, it's possible to get his weapon awakened several times. But he is a high damage dealer. So if you're looking for damage, this is the guy to go to. And the fact that he attacks the highest attacker on the opposing team is just a plus. It's going to make him have some usefulness inside of pretty much all facets of the game. Like I say, PvP, you want to focus on rage with all. But if this guy's going to target the highest attacker, you might as well use him, because as soon as their higher attacker dies, the better it is for you. So yeah, he's definitely going to have some usefulness that I could see people using inside of PvP. All right, but yeah, that's it for everything. Just wanted to go ahead and pop that video out there and let you know that Kazeshini is finally up. I'm on server 100, so you might not see him yet. There was some copyright issues, and apparently those have been taken care of. So I'm not sure who posted the copyright to them, but they did take care of what they needed to, and the event is now up and live. All right, so Season Pass, of course, is still up as well. Okay, almost finished with this. We got another 10 days. You should be able to get the 50 easily, and finish this event off, and get your hands on Renji. All right, so nothing other than that. Everything else is pretty much basic. World Championship's still going on, so those are going to be ending sometime next week. So make sure you get in there and do it enough so that you can actually get that. We'll be doing chapter. We're going to be doing the events in a few days. Okay, we're going to be focusing on doing the elite stages, and we have to get enough, of course, to actually open up 26. Once we do that, we will then have mode 26. I will show both the elite stage and story mode 26 as I do on all my Bleach videos, just to get you an idea of how the team is working out. All right, so thanks a lot for watching the video. Remember to subscribe to the channel. What you do, you'll see that bell. If you click on the bell, you get notified each time I drop a video. Also, remember to like and share the video, as that does help the channel immensely. So this is Ken Rear, coming at you from the corner, signing out.